Hey Steelers fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into today's Steelers news and rumor video. Let's jump right into all of the latest regarding the Steel City, and we begin with the newest addition in Trai Turner. How about that? We talked about Trai Turner a couple of days ago and how he could potentially be, a David DeCastro replacement, and here he is. He has been signed. He has been to Pittsburgh and now has actually spoken to the media. We have his first quotes to the Steeler media on being a part of the Steel Curtain. We'll have that more here in just 1 second. First, though, as we mentioned, he's expected to go ahead and take over David DeCastro's spot at the right guard after he was surprisingly released, and DeCastro remains, as of right now, unsigned. Again, still dealing with the whole ankle injury, and so this clearly was a very, very good, I would say, move by Pittsburgh in order to let DeCastro go, because, again, if he's not going to be healthy, why do you want him out there? And you replace him with a guy who's dealt with his injuries of his own in Trai Turner, but is healthy right now and seems really ready to rock, and he feels like his big goal is to go ahead and not only bolster the Steeler running attack in order to create lanes for Najee Harris, but protect Big Ben. That is the big goal, of course, here in Pittsburgh, and that's the hope that all Steeler fans have in terms of this young and very unproven offensive line. Now, here was Turner when asked about, of course, joining the Steelers, what it's like to be in Pittsburgh. We'll throw the quote up on your screen. Quote, "It's just one of those teams, one of those organizations that they always compete, always in the game, and play my style of football. They have a great quarterback at the head of the center, but they like to run the ball, something I'm excited about. I believe in my game. I think I'm a dominant run blocker. I think I've shown that throughout the years. I'm excited to come in and just be with the group of guys and learn, but also give out information, if that makes sense. Just go out there and compete. I think competing is the biggest thing. When you go out there and you compete, good things happen, so I am excited about it," end quote. Again, mentions, of course, protecting Big Ben, but the big focus, of course, is creating running lanes for Najee Harris and making the Pittsburgh Steelers rushing attack a lot better than as it's been over the past couple of seasons. Now, overall, this offensive line, I think, is pretty much done. I think they're not going to make any more moves, and we'll talk about more moves potentially upcoming in the next couple of minutes. But as you currently stand, these are your starting offensive linemen. Okafor, of course, is going to be the starter at the left tackle, Dotson at left guard, Green at center, Trai Turner will go ahead and play right guard and for DeCastro, and then Zach Banner will be the right tackle, again, assuming all these guys are going to be healthy overall from injury. But I think we need to sit back and credit the Steelers for their offensive line moves. I think before the season, even during the offseason, whenever we were getting to, Alejandro Villanueva being let go, and then DeCastro recently being let go, there was some panic in Pittsburgh saying that this is going to be a terrible offensive line and what was already a bad offensive line. I think Pittsburgh, even though it could have been better, and even though Dotson's still unproven, I think Zach Banner's still out there, Kendrick Green. I mean, a lot of these names are not household Steeler offensive lineman names. They're not Pouncey, they're not DeCastro, not Villanueva. But I think the addition of, Dotson's going to be fine at left guard. I think Trai Turner in that addition is going to be really good at right guard. I think this offensive line is going to be a lot better than where Pro Football Focus originally ranked them, which was at the bottom of the league. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about a Pro Football Focus ranking, which had the Steelers as like the 31st offensive line in the National Football League, the 30th offensive line in the National Football League. It's not going to be that bad. Are they going to be world beaters? Are they going to be top 5 in the NFL? No, but I think it's going to be better than what it was last year. I think it's a lot younger than what it was last year, and I think if they can stay healthy, which is still going to be very important, they can be a lot better overall, especially with guys like the new addition in Trai Turner. Now, give me this answer. Grade the Steelers' offensive line on a scale from A, B, C, D, or F. How do you feel right now about the Steelers' current offensive line with the addition of Trai Turner? Is it an A? Is it a B? Is it a C, D, F? Where do you guys want to go? Give me your thoughts down below. Now, I mentioned earlier, I think Pittsburgh's done making moves, and they're not going to go ahead and sign anybody else, especially no more offensive linemen. However, we do need to mention that Bleacher Report has put out an article talking about one player each team needs to go ahead and trade or sign, and currently, scroll through that, you take a look. And Pittsburgh, according to Bleacher Report, should go ahead and sign free to tackle Dennis Kelly, which is interesting because, as I mentioned, I think the offensive line is going to be fine, but Kelly's played right and left tackle, and so you look at a guy like a Zach Banner. You want to replace Zach Banner if Banner's not going to play well, or if he's going to go ahead and be hurt. And so there are options there at the left tackle spot as well, even though I think, again, both those spots are going to go ahead and be solidified. He has been healthy the past couple of seasons. That is in Dennis Kelly with Tennessee. He played well for Tennessee last year and is considered a big-time run blocker in terms of paving the way for the elite rushing champ last year, which, of course, has been Derrick Henry. He's been absolutely fantastic. Here is Bleacher Report's thoughts, though, on the addition potential of Dennis Kelly and why they want to do it. We'll throw it up on your screen. Quote, Pittsburgh Steelers shouldn't be comfortable with what they have along the offensive line. The organization decided to release David DeCastro, but it immediately signed Trai Turner to replace him at right guard. The interior has a little more depth, even though center is up in the air. Tackle is more concerning. Dennis Kelly started 20 games between right and left tackle over the last 2 seasons, plus the former Tennessee Titans helped pave the way for the league's leading rusher in both of those camps. Kelly can give the Steelers quality depth or a possible new starter. And I think that this is accurate and fair, and I wouldn't poo-poo the signing of Dennis Kelly, but I still think they're going to go out and sign anybody else. I think Pittsburgh is pretty much done, as the majority of NFL teams are. There are a couple of guys out there. There's a Richard Sherman remains out there, and there are some edge rushers like Justin Houston out there, and some running backs in Todd Gurley and Le'Veon Bell, but I just don't see Pittsburgh dipping into any more additions. I think they're probably going to go ahead and be done, although, again, I like the Turner addition. I wouldn't hate on a Dennis Kelly depth addition just in case you have an injury or any of the starters we mentioned struggle with the right tackle, the left tackle, or anywhere else. You have some depth there from an offensive line perspective. What do you guys think? Are the Steelers done making moves? Like I just said, I think that they are. I think they're probably not going to go ahead and sign anybody else. If they do, we'll cover it here. But I want to know what you guys think. Are the Steelers done making moves? Type Y down below for yes. Type N down below if you think that they are not, and they are not done making moves. All right, we're going to keep going. We appreciate you guys getting us to 2,200 subs here on the channel. We're at 2,238. 20 to get to 2,500 over the next couple of days. So if you guys like the videos, we know a lot of you guys are watching who are not subscribed. Help us out in terms of growing the channel by going down below and hit that red subscribe button, because the more subscribers we have, the more videos we can go ahead and make for you to enjoy. So go down below and subscribe. All right, I want to jump into another Steelers news and rumor story here, and we talked about this a little bit on the channel, but I think we could be getting closer to it being official, and that is a TJ Watt extension. So, again, it's been rumored, of course, all offseason with Watt's contract, the way it is right now, that they could be seeing a contract extension anytime, like today, tomorrow, next week, next month, who knows? But ESPN just released their list of one move each team should go ahead and make, and they say they should go ahead and sign TJ Watt ASAP. Like, they should do it right now, according to ESPN, which is going to be, I think, good. I think that they will sign him eventually, but he's going to be very expensive because he's expected to be the highest paid pass rusher in the National Football League. Here was the ESPN write-up on why the Steelers should sign TJ Watt today. We'll throw it up on your screen. Quote, Steelers are set to enter 2022 with a boatload of cap space. Quite the difference from the tightrope they had to walk this offseason. One way or another, Watt will be a Steeler next year. But extending him now is in line with how the organization has gone about its ways. Watt is one of the 5 or so best defensive players in football and worth whatever contract he is paid. He's that good. Pittsburgh has other notable free agents next year, including wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster. Never too early to get to work on key business, end quote. I totally agree on that, right? You sign him earlier, might even get a little bit of a discount, even though I don't think he's going to get a discount. He will get more than what Joey Bosa makes in terms of our list of the highest paid defensive ends in the National Football League. It will probably be close to $28 or $29 million, but you get it done the way there isn't any sort of injury concern or any sort of holdout concern, and you also don't have to think about it next offseason, because then you can turn your attention to other notable needs, like potentially a quarterback if Big Ben leaves, or as we just mentioned, or as Bleacher Report, ESPN mentioned, and Juju Smith-Schuster. Now, this is kind of funny because, of course, we all think TJ Watt's the best pass rusher in the National Football League. At least I do. I think Steelers fans agree with that as well. ESPN also put out their list of the top 5 defensive ends in the NFL, and Watt was second behind Myles Garrett. So it's like, I mean, okay, right? Whatever. I like Myles Garrett. I think he's a good player. He's a Brown. He's pretty good. I don't like the Mason Rudolph antics, but still, they had him number 1, ahead of Watt, who was 2. Bosa was 3, and then Khalil Mack, of course, who was not on the highest paid list of defensive ends, as, of course, his contract was renegotiated a while back whenever he joined the Chicago Bears. But still, Mack sits in there at number 4. So, again, do you need to sign him right now? Do you have to do it? Is it like, ride or die, you must go ahead and get him a new contract? No, because he's still going to be productive and he's going to be just fine. But I think it's good faith to go ahead and reward really, really good young players. Not just good young players, great young players, and Watt is one of them. And it sets a precedent right now for all other Steelers who are either on the football team or going to come on the football team next year in free agency of the draft, that if you dominate to the level of TJ Watt, you're going to be the highest paid player at the position. Like, we don't have no problem making you the highest paid player at your position, and it will happen, I think, sooner rather than later. The question is just going to be, how long is it going to take? If you're if you're Watt, and I think I said Bosa earlier, if you're Watt, I think you want to get a deal done as well, because you don't want to enter the 2021 season without having your brand new contract, even though he makes a lot of money right now, but still, a $27 million a year, $28 million a year is insane. Get as much guarantee as you can, just in case there is an injury, right? Heaven forbid, something happens and you can't play, and then you have it's coming off an ACL, so you can't pay him that much money either way. I think that Watt should do this, and he wants to do this, and he will do it, matter of how quickly it is going to go ahead and happen. But I think it's going to happen probably sooner rather than later. All right, drop a like. You guys think the Steelers should go ahead and sign TJ Watt, not JJ Watt, TJ Watt. Drop a like down below if you guys think that TJ Watt, just go and extend him, get it done. I would do it right now. If you agree with me, give the video a thumbs up. All right, ultimate for today here on our Steelers Talk YouTube channel. Again, I appreciate you guys who are joining us. A lot of new people coming here every single day according to the analytics. And so if you're new, make sure you guys, again, are subscribed. Plenty more Steelers news and rumors upcoming in the coming days and weeks. Again, I am your host, Thomas Mott, trying to get you guys the latest up-to-date Steelers news and rumors. That all comes, again, via a subscribe. And so it's free. You don't do anything. Just go down below, hit that red subscribe button, and help us grow the channel as quickly as possible. Ultimate for today here on our Steelers Talk channel. I am your host, Thomas Mott, as we go ahead and sign off. Stay safe out there. And I hope you enjoy the video. Enjoy the rest of your day.